Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of MetroManCave. Today we're going to be working on my 2012 Dodge Charger, and I'm going to walk you through how to do the 75-cent mod. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you guys all about this really cool mod. It's a really fun one to do. It's really easy. Anyone can do this. It's a pretty popular mod to upgrading your interior and creating some style inside your car. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. Okay, let's start off by showing you guys the interior of a stock 2012 Dodge Charger. This is the RT model, road and track with the STP, but the interior is pretty much the same on most of these. And here's another shot of the interior prior to the mod. So we're going to be adding some piping all throughout this car, and you'll see a pretty noticeable difference here when we're all done. But this is what it looks like stock. Okay, so let's start by talking about where you get this stuff from. This is basically an interior car trim piece. It's from a website called yourautotrim.com, and this is literally called embossed welt seat cord. And you can notice here, it's got like almost like a webbing edge here, and you won't see that. That'll be stuck inside the crevices where we're going to stick it in, and you'll be left with this red piping look. So you buy it by the yard. It's 75 cents a yard. That's why we call it the 75-cent mod. I went ahead and just bought 10 yards, just have more than enough to do some, because I also got my Durango. I might do that as well, but we'll start with the Charger today. Again, it's a really simple mod. However much you want to put into it is all up to you, but again, the sky's the limit with modding, so whatever you want to do, go for it. So let's go ahead and figure out how to do this. Okay, so now depending on how you want to do this, this basically is just all a process of cutting this various cord to length and then literally sticking it into little cracks you can see all over your car. Now, it's going to seem weird, but this is the process right here. I've already pre-cut this for this door trim piece here. I'm going to start here at the top, and the little note you want to take note of is your edges here are going to be kind of sharp, so kind of round those off as best as you can, because you know they're going to catch on stuff. And you literally just squeeze this piping in all throughout here, and just kind of just really get it nice and tight in there, and then there you go. And it might take some time to kind of like let it settle in there, but you're going to just literally squeeze it into the crevice there, and it's going to stay put. I'm not putting any kind of adhesive on this because, well, I don't want to do that because I might want to take this off someday. But this will literally stay in place here now like this, and you have this nice red piping all the way through, and that's that. So let's go ahead and do the whole interior of the car and then show you guys how that looks afterwards. Now again, depending on your preference, you're going to make sure you have plenty of cord. So, and again, I'm a kind of a stickler for details, so I try to get it in there first for these long parts and then cut it. That way, you know, I have a nice clean finish. So it's going to take some kind of cramming in here. It will go in there though. There's a gap all throughout the bezel here. We can actually place all of this stuff in there. But yeah, just go ahead and work around the bezel and slowly get that worked in there. And then once you get to the very end, you just trim, and then that's it. Well, there you have it, guys. The 75-cent mod is complete. So I just did basically trim around the main bezel all the way around. So it's kind of reminiscent of the tail light almost. I did little door trims here and there. The back door as well. I didn't want to go too overboard, so I just kind of kept it light. All the center console. But yeah, so that's what it's going to look like overall. Good shot of it kind of outside. But yeah, so really simple mod. I mean, again, this mod will cost you 10 bucks with shipping maybe. So anyone can do it. Total project time is going to be about like half an hour to an hour depending on how much you're going to do, but it's really easy. So yeah, this is the 75-cent mod. This one's a no-brainer for anyone that wants to add a little bit of color to their interior and just set them apart a little bit. So, okay, and to recap, just want to quickly talk about the tools I use to make this project happen. Obviously you need a pair of scissors. The heavier duty the better. This stuff is pretty thick. You're going to want to go ahead and get your cord. I use a screwdriver for this purpose right here. As you're rolling it, actually I'll show you guys, in certain spots, let's go inside here, your thumb's gonna get really tired here after a while, so to kind of save yourself, I use like the cradle of this screwdriver almost as like a roller piece almost. I literally rolled it over and over, and it kind of like this little crevice here help guide the cable or cord into the bezel, much like the way a screen tool, you know, when you have like screen windows and you're repairing it, you have that little kind of roller that has a little groove in it. This works really well for that. So any tool that has like this kind of notch to it would be working out great. And a really small like a screwdriver, just to pry open some areas if you can. It gets tight in certain areas, but yeah, that's about it. These are the 3 things you're gonna need, plus your cable and plenty of it. And yeah, go ahead and mod away. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this episode of MetroManCave. Stay tuned for more cool things. Again, I like to work on cars, I love motorcycles, I love gadgets and tech. All these things I will talk about and more on MetroManCave. We'll see you next time.